Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Haley and you're watching Between the Pages. I have another book review for you, and that is The Longest Ride by Nicholas Sparks. Now I will start off by saying that yes, this is the movie tie-in. This is the only reason I picked up this book. I probably wouldn't have picked it up originally because I don't care for Nicholas Sparks. I kind of think he's overrated as a writer. Sorry to any Nicholas Sparks fans out there. But I bought this because I loved the movie. I still love the movie, but I also really like the book. It's complicated. So we're just gonna get into it. So obviously this is about a cowboy and his name's Luke and he's a bull rider. So obviously I love me some bull riders. I blame this movie for starting me out on bull riders because I also love Rhett Abbott from Outer Range. If you don't know who I'm talking about, he's played by Lewis Pullman, who plays Bob in Top Gun Maverick. So that's the only reason I started watching Outer Range. But it's like really trippy and it's a sci-fi show and you should just go watch it. If it's on Prime Video. So you got Prime, you can go watch that and then come back. So he's a washed up bull rider who meets a girl named Sophia, who is a senior in college, and she's an art history, art appreciation type major. It's not really ever specified what exactly her major is, but she goes to a bull riding, she goes to the PBR, Professional Bull Riding Championship. If you're from the South or anywhere like south of Missouri, you probably know what PBR is, and you've probably gone to like one or two competitions. I never have. They used to have PBR at my college, and I know that a lot of people were going because one of my roommates in college was an ag major, so she went to PBR a couple times. But anyway, I'm getting off track like usual. So this is kind of like their love story, but it's also interspersed with Ira and his wife Ruth. Which I like it. I'm going to start to like kind of spoil the movie and the book at the same time because it's hard to explain, because I like some elements from the book, but then I like some elements from the movie. So in here, the backstory between Ira and Ruth is explained through kind of flashbacks, but not quite. It's like Ira has been in a car accident and he is stuck in his car down a snowy embankment, and he's basically hallucinating that his wife Ruth is there. So he's kind of like, they're talking about their lives together, and so we find out more about their lives together. I like it better in the film because the film, it's told through letters, so it makes more sense. Also in the film, Sophia and Luke actually get closer to Ira than they do in the book. In the book, they just discover him in like the last, like, I don't even know, like 40 pages. And it's like, oh, well, we saved him, but then he died of the injuries later that night at the hospital. So I like that there's more of a connection between, you know, the three leads basically of this book in the film. But the book, I like the development of Luke and Sophia's relationship better. It's more fleshed out. I mean, there's only so much you can do in like a 2.5 hour film, and I understand that. So their relationship's a lot more spaced out, and I feel like the argument in here fits better than the argument in the film. In the film, it's like she takes him to like one of her art exhibits or whatever, and she introduces him to this woman who she's going to intern for. And like Luke makes a joke and it kind of pisses Sophia off, and she's like, you're never going to take this seriously, like this is my life. And so in here, it was mainly, you find out that he was in a really bad accident when he was bull riding. Like he got trampled by the bull and he basically got gored by the bull. It's not explicitly stated. I mean, Sophia watches a video on YouTube of his accident, and it's not explicit. It sounds worse than the way I just explained it, but it's really not that bad. So you find out that if he takes like one bad hit to the head, like he's dead. Like there's no coming back from that. And so she has an argument where she's like, you need to stop. Like, you gotta stop. I can't lose you. And he's like, well, I have to do this. I have to save the ranch. Like, how else am I supposed to, how am I supposed to keep my ranch afloat if I don't bull ride and win the money and put it towards the ranch? And she's like, okay, well, then we're done. And I felt like that was a better argument than them arguing about how they're going to make it work, between her being like an art like person and wanting to work at like MoMA or someplace in Los Angeles or whatever, because she's originally from New Jersey. And so yeah, I like the ending in the film better. It's more resolved, whereas in the book it kind of just ends, and I like the ending better in the movie. In the movie, you find out that whoever buys the portrait of Ruth ends up getting the whole collection that Ira and Ruth like basically spent their whole entire lives collecting art. In the film, it's the same thing happens. Luke ends up buying the portrait of Ruth and ends up getting the whole entire collection of art, and they take it to Black Mountain College, which is mentioned briefly in this book. It's not really a big plot point, not really. And she opens a museum there and like tells the story between Ira and Ruth and their lives and their love stories and all the like hills and mountains and stuff they had to climb to, be together and make it work. Whereas this, it's like, okay, I won all this art, but we're going to auction off the art anyway so we can save my ranch. I mean, it's fine. I just like the movie ending, or the film ending better because it's more resolved, and I like a resolved ending. So that was my extremely long review of The Longest Ride by Nicholas Sparks. This will probably be the only one. Actually, no, that's a lie. I think I want to read Nights in the Rodin because I love that film too. But otherwise, I don't think I'm going to pick up another Nicholas Sparks book. It was fine. I mean, I really liked it, but I think it's only because I like the film. So I don't know if I'd picked this up prior to seeing the film, if I would have liked it as much, or if I hadn't seen the film at all, or what. I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, that was my review, and I will see you guys later.